Hi, this is Andrea Schulman again, and welcome to the video. In today's video, we are going to talk about the 80-20 rule and how it applies to your manifesting. Now, if you're excited to watch today's video, please give it a thumbs up right now, and let's go ahead and jump on into the video. So raise your hand if you've heard of the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule is the informal name for the Pareto principle. And the Pareto principle is a principle that was discovered and explained by an Italian economist named Vilfredo Pareto. Now, he first stumbled upon this rule, this 80-20 rule, in his garden, I believe, and it had to do with pea plants. And he noticed that 20% of his pea plants were the ones that were producing the most peas for him. 80% of the peas were coming from 20% of the plants. But further investigation caused him to notice that this is a principle that you see really everywhere. 80% of results will come from 20% of actions. So for instance, the one that's always the most obvious to me, 20% of my clothes get worn 80% of the time. You'll notice that 80% of your productivity at work comes from 20% of the work that you're actually doing. In business, you will notice that 80% of your profits come from only 20% of your customers. This distribution really explains why the wealthy are really in a very small concentrated spot where 20% of the people in a given country own 80% of its wealth. The Pareto principle is fascinating to me and something that has really made a lot of sense because I see it everywhere. And also, before my spiritual journey really began, when I was rather young, as a young adult, I received some insight because I'm someone who kind of gets these aha moments a lot. And I was wanting to understand, why? Why are we living life? What does it all mean? And an answer that kind of came back to me was math. That sounds really, really bizarre, but the way that it came through to me is that math is really the only thing you can prove. Math is the only thing that really exists. And so where you are in reality in life is just a probability. There's infinite possibility, there's infinite realities, there's infinite lives. You're living in one cross-section of eternity. And that's something that can be expressed mathematically. And so when I started to learn about the Pareto principle and the 80-20 rule, it made a lot of sense. It's all about probability. By all means, please go through and look and start to notice that you're getting 80% of results from 20% of your efforts. So how can we use this in tandem with the law of attraction to accelerate your growth and to create the life that you want? If you want to experience growth, if you want to experience change, if you want to experience improvement, a really great objective is to simply figure out what are the 20% that's bringing you the most results and to put really all of your effort into that bucket. In other words, across the span of your workday, you can notice that, 80% of your results are coming from 20% of your efforts. If you just do a little bit more of that 20% activity, you can really chuck the rest of your workday. This is a really amazing thing because it means that, if you really kind of dial into the 80-20 principle, you can really start to eliminate the large portion of work and effort that is yielding absolutely zero results. And you can apply a little bit more momentum in the area that does, and you will automatically start to generate more results. This is a principle that I use in the gym. And so this is something a lot of people ask me about, is about how do I stay physically fit? How have I gotten into the shape that I'm in? And a lot of it has to do with the 80-20 rule. I am very clear on which exercises, which things are actually yielding results. And so when I'm at the gym, I only do those things. I don't do the things that do not yield results. And so in the course of a 1-hour workout, I get a lot more accomplished than somebody that goes in and does a lot of those 80% activities. Hey, and along the lines of fitness and getting into shape, I've been asked by a lot of people how to get in shape, how to manifest fitness, and I'm finally going to be unveiling my Superior Fitness Manifestation Program. And if you would like to get updates on when that course is released, I am going to drop a link below in the description. When this program opens, it's going to open with an introductory rate of 50% off. So if you would like to be one of the first ones to know when the course is available and get the 50% off offer, make sure to sign up for the updates for that course below in the description. This is also something that's helped me a lot in business, is understanding what are the things that generate the most revenue, what are the things that help my business along the most, and really scaling my day into doing those things as much as possible and chucking the rest of it as much as possible. You can also do this in terms of your time. So one thing that you can evaluate is what portion of your waking hours are you most productive? And so for me, I've noticed that I'm really most productive, most sharp in the morning hours. And so what I like to do is take the most productive elements, the things that are going to yield me the most results, and plug them into the most productive time. This is a really effective manifesting tool because what it allows you to do is to use your precious resource. And your precious resource with the law of attraction is your focus. Okay. If you are focused exclusively on the 20% of things that yield the most results, those things will reap greater and greater results. Hey, if you are enjoying today's video, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put out law of attraction inspired videos like this one every single week, and I'd really love it if you came along for the ride. Now, an interesting thing does happen with the 80-20 rule is that if you start doing this, where you start dialing into the 20% of things that are giving you the most results in whatever area of life it is that you want, whether it's growing your business, whether it's growing your fitness, whether it's losing weight, whether it's a relationship, whatever it is, what you will start to know is the Pareto principle will reorganize you again. Okay, so for instance, let's say that I really want to improve my wardrobe, okay? And so I take a look at my wardrobe and I notice what are the 20% of things that look the best on me and that get the most wear, okay? If I go through and focus in on those items, purchase more items like them, what's going to happen is that the gap is going to narrow again. And I'm going to start to notice that within this new wardrobe that perhaps I purchased, I've naturally gravitated back into 20% that creates more results. And so what will naturally happen over time is you'll come into the 20% and you'll see that you grow, that maybe your fashion gets better, you'll look better, but then it will naturally reorganize itself where only the top 20% of that is really calling you. And so what you do at that point is step back into that zone and it pulls you back out again. And so what ends up happening is if you keep following the 20%, you're going to improve dramatically and you're going to find yourself in a new place where you again improve dramatically. Okay, so if you keep following the 20%, you're going to get sharper, 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 faster, 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 stronger, 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 more abundant, more abundant, more abundant. You're just going to keep following that trail and it's going to pull you up very, very quickly. So if you're looking for kind of this almost quantum leap type experience where you have really accelerated growth, or you get into like the top 0.01% of people that has XYZ, you really want to be following that Pareto principle and understand that following that 20% is going to cause the distribution to occur again. And then you just follow the new 20%, which causes the distribution again. And then you follow the 20% again. I hope that makes sense. So again, for instance, when I started working out and following the Pareto principle, I noticed that of all the exercises I was doing, 20% of them were the most effective. So I cut out 80% and dialed in on that 20%. And then within that new distribution, I started to notice that within that distribution, there was 20% of things that were working for me more than the others. Okay, so keep noticing that as you follow the Pareto principle, the path is going to get clearer. The path is going to get sharper. It's going to become more obvious. You're going to really dial into what actually works for manifestation because you have laser focus on what's working. And again, through the law of attraction, you get what you're focused on. If you're focused on what's working, things are going to work more. The rest of it, find a way to get rid of it, find a way to not do it, have somebody else do it, or just get rid of it entirely. You'll start to notice that your progress with everything it is that you're wanting to accomplish will really start to pick up. And again, if you did want the updates on the fitness course, I am going to be sending out some updates to people specifically who sign up for those updates. So if you wanted those updates, make sure to sign up below. And also, if you are new to my work and you haven't yet taken my Law of Attraction test, I would also invite you to take that test now too. It is a 5-minute Law of Attraction manifesting test that enables you to think about something and then watch it come through to fruition. And to take that test now, go ahead and look below in the description for a link. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.